Yo, what is up? What is up, everybody? 2 weeks back to back. 2 weeks back to back. I'm excited. I didn't think this week was about to happen. I'm not going to lie. I felt like death, but that's enough being said. Welcome back to another Plot Armor podcast. Excuse my background. I didn't yell up that there was quiet on the set, but that's all right. Welcome back to Plot Armor podcast over here on the Block Sitdown YouTube channel. I'm your host, Icarus. Co-host over here, Slicks. How you doing this week, brother, man?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, dude. The week, it's been okay. I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling a little tired a little bit, but Friday today, I woke up. I usually wake up and I'm like sluggish, right? And so I'm like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. But I surprisingly woke up, watched my anime, right? But we're about to get into it. Ibrahim already sees, what I have brought in front of me right now. But yeah, so far. It got this definitely what made me like really wake up. I'm like, oh shit, right? So that really make it up, and then I had to take these hooligans out. And I'm not gonna lie, where we live in Ohio, obviously Ohio State fans, it's been terrible. It's been snowing. We got like 20 inches of snow like the past couple weeks, right? And then it snowed the past couple days. All of a sudden it's night and bright and sunny outside, so it feel good. But yeah, other than that, we here. I'm not gonna lie, this is always a struggle to just wake up and do. Honestly, just for me, I don't like doing anything when I wake up. I started to realize ever since I've been here that I wake up and I just gotta do shit, bro. I gotta do shit. I gotta do shit. It just
Day's not done.
so just I feel like it just stacks on top. This is obviously my life moving on forward. Just wake up, I gotta do shit. When I was at my other place, I wake up and I could just chill until I gotta do shit. Today, like my life now, I gotta wake up and do shit. There is no chill, then do shit. It's wake up, do shit. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I got about you, Ibrahim. How obviously you said, and also Discord, have sound suppression, whatever. I didn't even hear them, so.
Then that's good, man.
So,
That's Discord sound suppression. Oh wait, no, that is going through Discord. Hey, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, nah. For me, today was the worst day, man. Like I thought. See, normally I wake up early, right, and I usually stay up until like 12 or 1, and that's when my body gets tired. Nah, not today. Today I barely woke up early. I woke up, did what I had to do, came back here, and then just crashed until like 1, and that's the good stuff. I woke up, got a couple comp games in, practicing for Friday, and then yeah, man. Now I'm here. I'm ready. Watch the episode.
Okay. I don't know what you watch, but we're about to get into it. With that being said, let's hop into it, right?
I've been into it.
All right. Yep. Disclaimer. Obviously, we're going based on anime week by week. Especially mainly me. I go through anime week by week. So if you're interested in watching any of these anime, spoilers. I'm going episode by episode. But yeah. So with that being said, let's get started with the first one. Medalist season 2. Obviously, this is one of the anime that was supposed to came out since the start of the winter season, but for whatever reason, there was some sort of delay. I don't know what was going on. Obviously, Medalist season 2 is on Hulu / Disney Plus on for the US, for the West. And I didn't find it. I just randomly got on Hulu. And then it was there. I'm like, what the fuck? And then honestly, we're about to get on show right now. Medalist season 2. This is a random anime I watched last season. It just popped up and I watched it. It just so happened like 12 episode out. I was just randomly in a binging mood, and then I found it. And then remember, I'm like a very competitive type of person. I like competitive things, especially when it comes to anime. I'm more open minded when it comes to these things. Especially when it comes to anime. I'm not saying same thing in real life. It just more so like real life. I can't really. I'm not gonna watch female skaters in real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Ohio State football. Men fucking pounding each other. Pause. Just hitting. Straight hit sticking people. Right. So maybe a little argumentative. How can I watch a female character in a show but not in real life? But you gotta think about it, these characters are fiction. I'm never gonna meet these characters in real life. I can meet the voice actor, but these people are not real people. Anyways, and that's enough. On to Hulu. Whoa, chill. damn, you're gonna flag me down immediately.
You right. You right. Hold on.
So who?
Nah, I'm
Right
not
here.
even fully set up.
So Hulu Medalist, right? It's on Hulu. Y'all see it. Obviously season 1, but here to show you guys. February 27th at 3 a.m. Like apparently that's the next episode that's coming out. And then when I was watching on my iPad. It says like air date like 1/31. I'm like, motherfucker, aren't we in February? Right? So I'm like, okay. It seems like I think Hulu waited for it all to be aired or some shit, and then now they're putting. I don't fucking know. But anyways, yeah. Hulu, episode 1, season 2, episode 1, the athlete pledge. So obviously, episode 1 is a little bit of like a little recap, a little bit of recap. So this is her just talking about it, recap, and some introduction, some new characters. We don't know any name yet, but you just see them. You know, you just talking about, hey, we athlete, we practice time in, day out, time in, day out. We have. Well, I forgot what time she said. I'm gonna try to do the episode a little different on my side. I seem to take like 30 minutes on everything, right? So I'm gonna try to do what I can remember, right? So first recap is like, hey, we're athletes, practice day in, day out. But when it comes to this ice skating, we have like a certain amount of time to do everything we've been practicing for months in, day out, minutes in, you know, every second of the day, thinking about we have this certain amount of time to put that into play, and whatever happens, right? So that was a little beginning of that first part. Then I'm not gonna lie, the part that intrigued me a little bit, I'm curious if they're gonna have it. I'm unsure. Usually so far what I've seen from the show is it's been a one-on-one competition. All of a sudden in the little intro, you have them like, look, they're all dressed the same. Remember, this is a one-on-one competition. Like I said, I'm new to this ice skating thing. I'm barely knowing the rules. So when I see them all dressed together, like skating together, I'm curious if it's like I don't know, maybe they're just doing it for the intro, and I'm thinking too much about it. But if they were to do like a team activity, I would definitely be interested. I'm curious how that would do, because like I said, as much as I like competitive thing, I love team competitive sports as well. It just there's some.
I think there is like a team aspect in it, or I know there's like a duo thing.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. That's not a male female thing, but seeing them, seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 females on one thing, you know, that's where it piqued my interest. I haven't seen it, and I haven't even seen it in real life, so I might be overthinking it, but yeah. So yeah, but that's the one thing. But we're in the episode, right? We got one of our main character. This our main character's coach. His name is Tsukasa, something like that. Yeah, he's just stressing out. You know, he's trying to do everything he can. You know, tries cramming everything he can. How can I get my student the most points? And then a little recap. So he's basically broke. Right? He can't really make good money. And this guy to the right he used to look over him when he used to be a skater. The blind Tsukasa, when he used to be a skater, he took him in and like basically let him pursue his dream, and then basically it's a full circle around again.
Yeah.
All right. So he just looking through this paper, and then this woman, she's the one that really believed in him. The reason, like he didn't know much about skating, but she did, and you know, and obviously you guys could tell Japanese culture that, you know, sadly she passed away due to some sickness or whatever. So now he's just watching over him, like seeing him happy again, basically. You know, seeing him happy again, right? Now moving to the ice skating rink, right? It's time. The two coaches. This is the other coach, but this is the main coach that coaches her, who believe she hired him. I don't forgot her name. I think he told me something like that. She hired him to coach all the kids, but then he found interest in her because he's seen himself in her. Yeah, this her dad, the student. Her dad, her mother. Right now, her dad is like you're gonna help her win, right? Please help her win. Like you can see in the little darkness, you know. And then everybody like, yo, they're like, bro, stop, you embarrassing, stuff like that. Right now he's going over book like, hey, this is where my true coaching ability gotta come from, you know. For elite clubs, this is a bare minimum. So, you know, I gotta lock in. This is the true thing. She's just like, hey, at first he was a little open minded. Now he's like, he's grown. He's a little more grown. now we have our main character walking into the room with all the other competitors, and she just having a little moment like, this is what you've been dreaming of, the place that she always want to reach, right? And then here's all the other skaters that we've seen, right? And then she's looking at them. They're like, hey, this is the group I'm gonna be with. They're all sparkly and shining, and I'm not gonna lie, she does a little thing. She starts fucking, she gaining ki right now, bro.
She charging ki.
Charging ki. I was like, it was a little funny, right? And then she started doing. She said, Inori, that's her name. Inori, novice age. She being very dramatic, right? Like, not very unfeminine, like, right? That's the best way to describe. She like flexing this shit. Like, I'm flexing. And the skater's like, hey, what's flex it, right? And then he's like, I said somebody's key, some familiar key. Yeah, look, I'm sensing some kind of spiritual energy that feel familiar, right? That was a little funny right there. And then now they're just talking about, hey, this girl, yeah, she nailed a super high triple jump, right? Just breaking down and then talking, and then all of a sudden, this is our main character, Inori, like, rival in a way, but not really rival. It's just somebody she's chasing after, and she's basically on top of the world, and she's chasing after her and basically whatnot. So yeah. Moving forward. The reason why she's important because she's supposed to enter this competition, but one of the skater here was looking through it and was like, actually, she's not even entered. They're wondering why. Well, apparently she's in Russia. She's a what do you come all the way to Russia for? Right? She's like, hey, I don't want to be just a ballet dancer. I want to be the ballet dancer, whatever she said. I don't want to be Cinderella. I want to be the one casting the magic. You know, she's doing some riddle shit, and then just find out. I thought she was his daughter. Apparently, like, he's the top of the world, the skating world. To find out that she is not his daughter. She's in fact adopted into the family, and then here, where's this girl, right? And then behind you, and then she does creepy shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? This, right? If I didn't know better, I would have thought she tried to assassinate Buddy. But yeah, right, that didn't happen. He's like talking about her like wild beast. I guess you end up on the same path as me. So, all right, and then there's this explain like even if she doesn't participate in this championship, she's basically like, since she's so like good, she's seeded. So if you know in sports, and there's a seed, you know, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, the higher your seed is, you know, but yada yada. So she's seeded. So she already had a claim on the spot, anyways. Regardless if she played skater or not. Obviously, if she did, she's gonna. I'm not gonna. She was gonna win, but you know, she's gonna be somewhere on here regardless because she's so good. But all the other skaters, like even if she doesn't participate, usually skaters, you know, use this as practice. You know, so that's what they're explaining. See, these skaters still participate to get experience right there. It's kind of crazy. I'm just smacking things on the spot. Usually this don't happen, but anyways, yeah, that's what's going on. Right now, I think the tournament begin. Apparently now, 3 big bosses walked in. I'm over here thinking, you know, these are the like, you know, the judges. Just to find out now they're just a higher level skilled skater, right? So. You going forward? Yeah, they're older. Yeah, and then she obviously they all these skaters, they know who these skaters are, and she goes up to this blondie like, hey, how do I get in the Olympics? This blue hair, they start taking place. This blue hair girl like, hey, you think that getting to Olympics is such a low level challenge that you could just go up to her and just say, hey, how do I get in the Olympics, right? And then she's like, hey, relax, chill, you know. And then she come to understand like, oh right, you right. You know, all these other skaters before me, you know, they've been here for longer. They've been putting the hours, the effort, time. They know what they're talking about. And then here's another character. She's like, hey, seems like you're feeling unlovable. You want to come sit on my lap? You know, super sparkle, whatever. Then she asked what kind of training necessary. She's like, to be honest, I don't know. There is no right training, blah blah blah. And then she was like, hey, but if you want to prove yourself that you're worthy and you want to go to the Olympics, hey, go through the magic of winning the gold medal at All Japan. She said, I will become one of the, basically just gassing herself up like, hey, I will. All the other skaters like, oh shit, you got a different type of energy. Right, so, and then the blonde girl was like, hey, the hardest competition is right here in novice A, because you gotta get hit all you have to hit all these things. And apparently I'm not assuming, apparently like when you higher up or low up, you don't have to do like all these things. But the only reason why they do it is to really separate themselves. Like, hey, who really can do it? So that's why it's so hard, I guess. So
tears to go through.
So yeah, so she said, the blonde girl, like, hey, the fact that y'all are here now, each one of y'all have capable of becoming a Japanese national team member in a few years. Right? So a little gassing them up. Right, so now they're talking. Now they made their pledges. They're just pledging, like, hey, they're talking, and then this is you know, the guy who's looking over our coach, and that's his daughter right here, his daughter. All right, they're looking for him. Tsukasa not here, right? Not here. And then, now it's time to pick what order they go in. All right, she's like, I really don't want to go over there. I don't want to go first because there's no time, right? So she goes put it in. I'm not like she in this bag mad long, bruh. Right? She's at a podium. She's in number 14, group 2. And funny enough, this girl next, she's like, thank goodness. Right? Next one up, number 1, group 1. So literally the next girl. So she was first, she's second, and she picked number 1, and she didn't want to pick number 1. And she gets shocked, like, what? And then she said first again. I'm like, that was kind of funny, because that's crazy. She got a curse. Right, and then they're going to order who's first, what, yada yada. And then now they're walking back trying to find the coach still. They're talking about, hey, you should have told him where she at. She spilled her drink. He told her, hey, go clean dress. I got this. Right, wipe your skirt. Here come I'll make her ignore you. Step on a little piece of ice. Just a little pause, a little derpy, right? She paused in midair. He's staring at her, and he magically catches her perfectly. Start freaking out, and then talking about, you okay? I'm like, hey, I'm looking for somebody, you know, named Tsukasa, and she being dramatic, like, hey, you're my coach admirer, you know, that she's saying that to herself. She said, yeah, he coaches at blah blah blah, thinking he's just a random, right? Thank you. And then he stumbled upon them, see each other, they do a little funny thing to make sure they're like awake, I guess. Right, she's just freaking out. And then she's like, oh, this is your dad? And he said, yeah, I am. And then he's like, no, bro, why are you lying for? Right. So now he's basically saying, Tsukasa was like, why are you here? I didn't think you were interested. And he said, I mean, I never got around to seeing you skate, not even once. So he's like, no, I want to come and watch, you know. He's like, oh, right, you should go get dressed. That should go get dressed. And then he does a little reminiscing, like, I don't understand the rules at all. But, you know, Mako, you know how, remember she passed away, she will always watch on TV and tell him about it. And, right, so then he felt lost ever since she left. But I see how lit up yesterday you was. I thought how nice it would be. So thanks to your passion, he's able to move forward again. He started crying, right? Because maybe I thought too much into it. Maybe he understood, like, his wife was watching him while she was, you know, on her deathbed. She said, I'll do my absolute best to coach. Make sure you watch her student carefully. And then he was like, hey, I bought this for you. I took a bite though. All right. So now you talking about, all right, it's time. All right. And then boom, that was episode 1. So I'm kind of glad. Yeah, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna just watch whatever whenever it come out. So yeah, that was that. That was Medalist season 2, episode 1. Finally. On to the next anime. Like I said, disclaimer, warning, all that. Easy going territory defense by the optimistic lord. Like I said, this is technically one out of the main 4. I also would say Medalist has a type of animation that's, you could tell that they gave it some effort. You know, there's this anime that's very, you could tell it's very like bare minimum, right?
Yeah, and, just to get a bag.
Yeah, just bare minimum, right? So the Medalists feel like, even though it's not as mainstream, right? It just it gives it a different type of feeling. It feels important a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, girl. All right. Yeah. Anyway, on to next episode. I forgot what they were doing here. Oh, I forgot they recruited some water people, right? Like, hey, now he's like, hey, time to get back to training, buddy, and time to go start studying. He's like, what? I just finished it. You don't actually relax. And then all of a sudden, they're like, hey, I'm sorry about to tell you, but we discovered a dungeon. They've been trying to avoid finding a dungeon due to the fact that if they find a dungeon, all the people, because he want to stay low key, he just want to build up his village, bring it up, you know. But if you find a dungeon, he's gonna be get put on the map. He definitely don't want to be put on the map because he's gonna do something to his family. So he's like, hey, my fault, my lord, but we fucked up. We found a dungeon, and now he's like, well, shit, can't do nothing about it now, right? So that's what's going on. Like, hey, you gotta go discuss it. Like, hey, Kusala, you go do it, right? He's like, go do it, and then the Lord like, hey, I give you two, well, each one of y'all one gold to stay by to help out, right? And then he's like, all right, peace, my guy. You know, they're in the adventure together, you know, but money's involved. Now he's like, all right, peace, gang. You have fun. You go take that mission, all right? He said, I'm gonna take this money. You go on that adventure by yourself. And then he's like, man, you being mean. And then he's like, as compensation for setting on your own, I'll give you a mithril short sword. Obviously, we've been animated for a while. Mithril is like the highest rarity of fucking, you know, materials. So you know. And then everybody else sees it. They all, you know, sees it. They're freaking out. Where you going? Yo, let me take that job. You know what? I can do it. You can stay back. And he's like, nah, he asked me. I'm gonna do it. Blah blah blah. Basically, right. Into the intro. All right. And then all of a sudden, he's on his horse. There you go. He's on his horse. He's just admiring the sword, bro. It's the mithril sword he got for free, you know. Kind of some ogres, right? Typical fashion. Slice them all up, one slice. And then all of a sudden, this good woman comes out like, hey, strikes me here, great renown. May I perhaps know your name? They get to know each other. All of a sudden, I think and he's like, nah, I'm not gonna lie. You're overthinking it. That's not me, but, you know, it's because of this sword, for real. Yeah. Right? But she's like, nah, I could tell by your statue, blah, 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 right? She's a little, you know, being a little dramatic a little bit, but not too much. But, you know, they end up saying, hey, she said, I'm gonna walk this way now. I'm on the way to the royal capital. She's like, actually, I'm on the way there too. You know, why are you going over there? You know, why you going over there? I'm going over there because, you know, my land, my dad used to be baron, but, you know, it got overtaken. So now I'm about to go, you know, become a maid at a noble household. Right, so that's what her mission was, and then he was like, "What? No, you don't need to do that. Hey, I'm staying at this remote village over here. You know, you should just come stay with me. You know, come with me, and you could definitely find work there. And you know, they're also looking for people too. And I could protect you, right? All of a sudden, that moment, you know, she got her blushing or whatever. You know, he's playing this smooth, right? Now they're discussing, hey, not that the Lord like, hey, dungeon been discovered. Right, what should we do? We're like, well, we gotta build something over there, but we need, you know, posts or whatever. Hey, I need you be in charge. Oh man, you gotta be in charge of that. Make sure you bring some people with you, right? But then he realized, wait, I need to bring some people on my thing. Basically creating an army, basically having control, having, you know, the government, whatever. So I don't know what he was doing over here, right? So I can make this the chivalric order, right? Then it pulls up. They're like, hey, who the hell is that girl? You're still a separate resident, right? Like, oh, yeah, we good. Nah, I didn't do much. It was all thanks to that short sword you gave me, right? So what's going on? And then off. And then, remember, you went to tell Kusala, this guy right here, went to go tell the royal capital, like, hey, new dungeon been discovered. And remember, they've been trying to avoid it, finding a dungeon because, why? They're going to be people here. And obviously, you can see these hooligans pulling up. Like a whole horde of them. It's the apocalypse. Apocalypse is here. And then funny enough, they start talking, right? And then you know, you can probably tell the way they speak. You can probably tell how they sound and what they're saying. But funny enough, they say it in that way, but they're nice. They're like they say it in that type of tone, but they're like, "Are you okay though?" Type shit. If you get what I'm saying. Yeah. So their faces are a little scary though, but they are nice. And then they'll get out and say, "So what you're doing out here? The village where? I don't know how the fuck they don't see this village back here, by the way." Y'all call that a village? They feel like, what? So, and then you're like, how did y'all even make that? You're like, hey, I'll show y'all real quick. Do the magic, and he freaks out, loses his mind. Right? We do temporary fences for today. I guess that's what we're doing with that rope. People building a temporary fence to keep all the people that might be trying to come after hearing the news. But since they're here, they kind of let them do type shit. All right. And they're talking, and then and then there was, I guess he said, I guess they called him a brat. There we go. And obviously, he served under the Lord. Like, what? Whoever said that step forward, he sliced him up. And ever since then, they bow to him now. Like, they became his soldiers without actually become enlisted. Right?
Yeah.
Now they're just talking in. They're like just discussing, talking. And then the dungeon. I guess they're talking about the dungeon now. Oh, she was like, hey, we can't really set up a main camp. We could set a little tent or whatever, but that's not the same thing as setting up a house. But you know who know how to set up a house? You, my lord, right? And then he tried to fight back like, I can't go out that far. That's 2-3 hour out. I have a curfew. Gotta be back. I'm gonna need some sweets. Basically he was saying all these things and it sounded ridiculous. It sounded like it's not gonna happen. And then, all right, he's like, understood. We'll make the preparation. And then he's like, what? And he was smirking, like talking to himself. He's like, see that all them demands, right? Unreasonable, right? Can't do nothing now, right? Yeah. And then she said, understood. Make the preparation now. And then, okay, I'll round up some guards, right? And then this is his right hand man, basically his butler. Not butler. This is right hand man, basically. Yeah. And then got motion sickness. I feel that. Then a green troll pop up and these guys just beat the troll's ass, right? Easy peasy. The girls enjoying it. And then they're like, all right, now time to cross, right? And then he takes a look, right? The only way getting through is one fucking or two logs. That's not even close together. There it is. And then he's like, all right, seems like these adventurers don't understand the concept of fucking safety first. Right? So you're like, then he had to talk to him like little kids. Hey, he said, you want to try having fun? Like, yeah, that's fun or whatever, right? Now, let me tell you what happened if I was to kick this thing. What do you think would happen? I'll die. All right, exactly. Now get the hell off the thing. So he went up and built a whole bridge. You know what? Like, I'm not doing this shit. Built a bridge. And then he asked, all right, what type of base y'all want? Amusement park, a gambling base, And then he was like, well, anyway, I began building the base, and then, he locked up the dungeon and started building a factory. Oh, that's a crazy first picture. Boom. That's what it'll look like, right? Yeah. They're all celebrating. First floor, rest area in the storehouse. Second floor is the cafeteria. Third floor is a resting area, and then at the very top, y'all is a nice view. Y'all could rest even up there. Is that rain for the rain, but make sure you don't. He's like, all right, make sure you only use this to flush, the toilets and stuff like that. Make sure you don't drink it. You understood that? They're like, yes, sir. Question marks. And then he's like, you definitely don't understand. I'm like, all right. And then my curfew is sunset, we're leaving. And then he said, if my Sparta would be mad at me if you don't leave, right? And that, well, even our Lord is scared of something. He's like, he is a child, and then his little wifey thing or whatever finds this thing. He's like, good job finding it. She's like, what? No, I ain't do no such thing. And then he returned back, and yeah. And then he menacing like, as Sparta smiling, everybody think, he's like, we need to talk. Somebody help. And everybody
like, nah.
Yeah, he's like, I can't. And then she's like, I'll come with you. He's like, that's not what I mean. He's like, I can't. And then he was like, you gotta help me. Just all because of you. All right. He's like, well, you're taking a step. We got responsible this time. He's like, oh, really? All right. And then he still drags him anyways. And then that was the end of that episode.
That was a good episode.
Yeah.
That was a good episode.
All right. So that was that. Next one. Definitely second best, in my opinion. No more reincarnation, more blessed, so I obtain ultimate power. So episode 8. Damn, still no title. What's up, Crunchyroll? Y'all slacking. Alright. All right. Remember, last episode we had. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Remember, you also been given an award that to pick on your free will. And last episode, you got caught in flames.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what it was. All right. Caught in flames. Apparently, it's a little thing. Some sort of. This is what came out. Just like Leviathan, like his sword, so it has his own will, whatever. Comes out, and then they start duking it out, fight. And now, instead of being a fire F class, he's a fire plus C class. Like I'm telling you, I don't know what the fuck this means. Alright. And then they're just impressed. Like, based on your judgment, should have known, right?
Alright. They got like a ring or something?
Yeah, it turned into a ring.
Okay.
Should have showed you.
Yeah, I saw a little bit
right there, yeah. So would you like to test it? I will prepare a test target for you. Right? So he said, nah, it's alright. You don't need to prepare heat. So now he's testing it out on himself. Right? He said Leviathan's keeping it in check to prevent the heat from escaping. Create a big ass hole in the ground, right? And then the king just like still just impressed. Right? Fast forward, I think he's going over, he's just talking about all the princes, like he's in domestic affairs such as laws and finance, right? All mediates in imperial family matter. He's a my son, my nephew. Talking about alone in serious crime. I think he killed somebody. He went over the extreme tyranny, the dress stuff. Killed someone. There you go. Kill somebody under imperial law. Basically talking about like, hey, what should you do? Talking about whatever, right? So basically like, hey, due to he's based here, so he's carried on this law, but everybody following this law. Yeah, that's a lot of what this anime is. Just sticking to the rule, basically, right?
Yeah.
So he did end up doing something. The king did something. And he said, I hereby name you my premier advisor. He ended up figuring out a solution for it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to name you my thing. Why not allow people to pay money? Basically find another way to help with money problem. Like, hey, they can pay money to be named a temporary knight. And they would be honored by your majesty personally, right? So, cause yeah. Apparently, the people that helping clean up the place. One of them apparently fell in. They're just astonished by the amazing feat you perform. And talking to him, very no expenses. Oh, he said, "Are you up to it?" Apparently they have them fight at little minion things. Yeah, look at this. Apparently he's the strongest. He's been slapping he's been fucking his ass up, right? But the thing is, as they fight, the red one slowly gets better.
Better?
Yeah, he slowly gets better, and he eventually wins one, right? Then little girl outside was like, that was magical and fascinated by it. You want to see it again? Luther seemed competitive. He's like, hey, I don't care, put me back out there. I'm gonna run that shit back. Lunar move like this man make me stronger, so he's also learning from them. Alright, but they're fighting, but as they fight, they get stronger, which makes him stronger. Alright. So he leveled up, whatever. About to test. Now he's a level 3, he was just a level 2. Alright. Fighting the same opponent. He's like, hey. She was like, hey. Since you level up by them fighting, can't you just let them fight? Oh no. Well, technically yes, but no. That time for it take me to get to level 2 to level 3, they have to fight 10 times. Alright. So if they keep getting bigger and bigger, if I want to level up, they gotta fight 1,000,000 times. So basically. And then his brother, I think the second prince or something, pulls up like, hey, it's time. Your first campaign. You gotta go to war. Alright. It's your first time, and this boxes, it give you a reading on how many soldiers you should take on your first campaign. He said, go on, open it. He opened it, and
I said like 3.
You think it's 3?
Nah, I'm gonna say like 10.
10? Okay.
Yeah.
1.
1. Yo, 3 was a better guess. That's crazy.
So the box says you alone is suffice to fight this war on by yourself. So she said you really are amazing, you know that. And then all of a sudden, obviously the king knows about it. Oh, the king went and told his proxy that like, hey, go deliver this message to my son. And she said since he's a proxy, he's delivering the message from the king, so I should give him the same respect because, you know, this is a message from the king. You got to treat it like he himself is talking to me, right? So he's like, I'm going to show respect and the same courtesy in the emperor in every aspect, right? So he's basically like, hey, just found out that you yourself is good enough to fight this war. Don't fight it yet. Wait on my orders. All right. Then now they give him the moves. He go about the knee now like, hey, give him his respect. And now he's back to be that knight. He's now prince, right? Good to see you again. One of the slaves, blah blah blah. Basically just explain how it was. So, no imperial family, Henry. That's what his name. The knight. He's a Henry household member. He's the household member to the prince, which is but he's a subordinate of the first prince. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
Oh. Cause remember it's like lineage, right? King, prince, and then our main character like the 13th prince. So you know they fall in the same category. Like, yeah, he eventually becomes the subordinate of the prince, but you know he is the soldier of the prince. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and they're talking, and they're like, "Hey, if you have any of these items that you know have his own mind, I want you bringing to me." You be like, "Hey, I don't got nothing like that." He's like, "All right, it's fine. Here's some money. All right, but next time, anytime you know anything, you let me know," type thing. All right, she just fascinated, like, "Hey, you gave me that much money just for for just talking, right?" And then this guy start beating this guy up for some item apparently. Then this guy like, "Who the hell are you? You know me?" Right? Like, "Yeah, why is a man like you doing this?" Basically, what ended up happening, he's fighting over this guy because he sold the item to somebody, and he's like, "Yo, that item supposed to be for my peoples. So why you sell it?" Blah blah blah. I don't know. Right? Now he's just talking. He's basically talking down on him. He's like, "Hey, I'm under the first prince. You can't do shit to me. I know the rules too, because you definitely can't do shit to me." And then he ended up finding a way. Well, he said, "I'm Prince Gilbert." Well, let me see if I can remember. Oh, he was like, "Hey, I'm still a prince. You should still show me the same respect. Right? You should still show me respect, even though you work under, for the first prince. You should still show me respect, right? Based on your position, then you should be showing respect to me, right? That in itself is, a criminal law, and then sees his ass, and he has behaved rudely towards the 13th prince by not, the thing like, hey, anything to punish him with, like, I got a whip. I wouldn't hesitate to send you to death. And then I think that's what happened. He ended up being beat to death.
Really?
Yeah. And then
all right,
got beat.
That's crazy work.
Yeah, he got beat to death, and then he handcuffed himself to go to the first prince. And then he shows up the first prince, and basically apologizing to him, talking about him more, like, hey, what you did was, it helped me. He's basically playing a lie. Basically. He's playing a lie, right? And then he was like, "Why did you have to go see the prince for and apologize and handcuff for it?" Well, he was like, "Well, I'm the 13th prince, and obviously he's higher standard than me. And if your little brother go to apologize to you first, what can you do? You gotta accept. If you don't accept, you look bad on you, right?" So that's basically what it was. All right, incredible. You don't want showing them in. All right, and then he basically like, "Hey, I want to work under you now. You can use me whenever you need me." And he's like, "Hey, do some research about him and be thorough about it." And that was that. Oh wait, I got one more. I forgot. MF Ghost season 3.
Of the shows you watched before.
Yeah, I forgot. Usually by then I'm finished. But MF Ghost season 3. Just another build up. Another disclaimer. Inherited Perception is what episode 12. They want episode 2? What the hell? Wait, when's the season over? The hell? Am I missing something?
I don't know if that's right, man.
The hell?
Back 12.
Episode 12.
Should be like 8.
The hell going on? Oh wait, this is the first season? Okay, I'm about to see.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Season 3, there we go. I'm about to say, what the fuck did I do? Sparks Fly. Episode 32. Alright, so, in the Yukata, right? What happened is Kanata, he comes out of Yukata. You're like, wow, you look perfect. A little blushing. Then like, damn, you cute. Not, I don't think he's looking at him like that, but like, there's something with English men. Maybe his Japanese half of or DNA is making the difference. You know, basically, you will look good. And her daughter come out like, yeah, you look good. You look cute. And she's like, man, you're not even looking at me. All right. So they just want to request. Oh wait, you have a request. He said, hey, I have a request. Can I take a picture of you? I'm like, and then basically agrees. Take a picture of her. They had a little nice outing. Really, what would that be? How they having such a good time? Look like. All right. Then on to, I guess he's like practicing the race now. He said we said no attacking the corners until I get out. All right. So he's like, I'm not attacking the corners yet. But basically, he's basically not examining the car with the upgrade they did. And then the guy who did it, you put me in a spot of bother with the Akuyama. Basically saying, hey, the upgrade you did in this car, I basically can't fail, is what he's saying. Might should have practicing. They ran into, her, the twins. The 86 starting to look good out there. That's apparently her mechanic. The Aero Tweed's paying dividends. They're talking yada yada. And then apparently the one in the blue car, if you can remember, he got an upgrade to his car. He was in third place. He was in first place for a little while till he got sent to third place. So he got some upgrade. All right, talking about her, she got some upgrade. Fiddle with the thing, blah blah blah. Talking about their upgrade. He's practicing. All right, they're talking shit. Brother sister, they're all talking.
Next race, bro.
I think I'll probably in a couple episodes. The next episode should be our guy running his lap. So everybody doing this lap right now, and this blue car right here.
Okay, it is the race now. Okay.
No. This is they're all doing the race of a lot to see who get the fastest time, and that's be their placement. Position. Yeah, that's what they're doing right now. That's why I said a couple episodes, because our guy haven't even done his race yet. Obviously, you figure out by the time getting.
Yeah.
All right. So he's up. The time lap was always gonna attract attention. All right. So this is car. He eventually get first place, right? And he break the record too. So he break a record.
Dang.
And then they're talking to each other, talking about, hey, I didn't know you was an angel, whatever. And there's some like Chinese New Year like prediction, talking about a girl, like apparently it basically predicted her, talking about her. Then here back to GTR. Remember, this is technically our main character, Kanata, their best friend or whatever, but he's feeling. Then there's something I need to talk to you about. Then he said, I had a question. I need to ask you a question first, Kanata. He said, do you have a thing for number 7? Then he eventually says, I'm sorry, Aiba-senpai. I think he said yes. Yeah. Oh, whatever. I think he said yes. Yeah. And then he basically said, hey, don't worry. He said, you know what? It's fine. I'm not going to give up, though. Right? He said, you're still my adorable junior high. But what I have to keep on, we're going to keep being best friends. Right? I'm getting that straight right now. Especially they made up a little bit, I guess. That was poetic. He is one observant pervert. Right. This is the main head of the angels, and she ended up seeing like a donut and like, hey, did you gain more weight? What happened to your weight loss? And then she's like, what? I don't hear you. And she ran off. And then she sees the GTR pulling up, right? Making fun of him. And then apparently they had a little moment together early on. She was like, he's the only one that gives us food, right? Gift for you. And then yada yada. Why this is important? Because she eventually said, hey, I don't mind if you would start flirting with me. Basically, she basically admits the fact that I wouldn't mind falling in love with you, or at least giving you a try, right? They go do his racing. They're all just racing, and then they're all just talking about, hey, he pulled third place, I think, something like that. Like, hey, I ain't nowhere about to lose. That's basically what they're all doing. They're all putting their time in, and they're like, hey, I can't lose to this person. I can't lose that person. I can't lose this person. That's all of it. All right, so this is what the current standing list is. So, oh no, our best friend Iba is in second place. All right. Okay. So, and then last year championship winner is in third. That's the girl we seen earlier in the red car who was next to a mechanic. 18. The Audi, or number 4, I mean, the Audi is 5th place right now, who's a rival to this Nissan, and yeah, Porsche, Lotus. Lotus is the brother, twin brother, whatever. I don't know if twin or not. Brother of the sister, the red Alfa Romeo. 4th, so he's 7th, and then in 8th is AMG. Remember, there's still more. There's still more races to do. By the way, still more races.
Who's in first? The one from Britain.
The one.
The other place.
The one. Wait, what? Wait, what?
Who's in first? Who's in first?
The blue. This blue car right now. That's the If you remember the race, he was in first place for a little bit. That guy. The one that had the 17-year-old complex.
Yeah.
Him. So he's right. He also set the course record as well. So right now, yeah. And then he's just working. You know, all the ladies come in here to admire the beautiful, handsome English man that he is, dashing young man he is. Right. So the current first place leader, this guy right here, still have yet to go right now. He said complete 3 race streak of setting a new course record. Right. Yeah, he made it sound like kind of stuff would be going back to England this year. So apparently, talking about the complimentary guy was talking about look like kind of the might go back to England this year. So apparently somehow, and then she started basically start crying because well, his only reason to come back was for his dad. Now his dad not here. He don't got a mom. Why would he stay here now? Right? That's what she's thinking to herself. Right? And then kind of haven't said nothing yet either. So So she trying to put everything together, and that's that. Yeah, that is that. And that is all I've watched this week. Hopefully I did a little bit better on time, a little bit. Hopefully a little bit better.
You're the reason why we be stretching this past an hour. I can't lie to you, man.
I know, bro.
That's all right. Let me move this stuff. Okay, my turn.
Indeed, it is your turn.
All right. Well, obviously, the show I've been watching this season so far is Sentenced to Be a Hero. I don't mind watching this show weekly. But I feel like the other shows like Fire Force and everything else hype that's coming out, I feel like I want to watch it. I want to binge watch it, right?
Yep.
So that's why I haven't really been trying to watch it too much. But I did watch episode 6. I know there's episode 7 and episode 8 coming out. Episode 8's coming out in a couple of days. Episode 7's out though. That's the episode I released this week. But I'm behind one episode. Maybe I'll watch 2 episodes next week and be caught up. Who knows, right? So episode 6, Sentenced to Be a Hero, part 2 of the last episode. So that's always a 2-parter,
Ibrahim not a weekly watcher.
I'm not, man. I'm a binge watcher. At heart. One week you want to see me watch this one episode, and let's say next week I got 2 seasons of anime done, bro.
Yeah.
My mouse stopped working.
I wish I could be that way, but I'd be too bored. Great.
All right, we're good. We're
Be
good.
back.
All right, it starts off from where I started off last time, where we ended off last time, I should say, where there's there's humans. Why is there humans, right? And then it's kind of bang, opening, whatever. And then there's apparently there's a clan that's fine with this corruption, right? With the I forget what they're called. And then the
goddess?
Goddess was yo, if humans are helping them, I can't help you. Because I'm not supposed to attack humans, right? I can't attack humans, right? Because they're man-made.
Yeah.
And then he's like, dang, that's kind of crazy. And then they're trying to figure out what's happening, right? These guys, there's the humans are coming down here with this dude, and this dude's like, yo, I need help right now. I am not dying. He's sentenced to be a hero.
Yeah.
But he's not a fighter at all. Right? And then this dude, not a thought between his eyes. There's a theory about him that I'm about to tell you later on that I thought was interesting. Right? And then there's like, yeah, he's like, the sniper's like, yo, chill out, bro. They're not even coming at you yet, right? And then this happened, and they're like, yo, retreat. He's like, no, I'm not gonna retreat, right? Because I'm the ruler. Like, I'm not gonna
I'm
retreat.
the
I
king.
got men out there, right? Yeah, I got men out there. I'm not about to retreat. And they're trying to figure out what's happening, right? And then she's like checking him. She's
Yeah.
like, yo, you're supposed to be a criminal, but you're consistently gambling your own life for this thing. Your mission here was supposed to die. Like, hold off as long as possible and die. What are you doing? Right? And he's like, I'm gonna do what I want. Right? So then it's like, this is like the quote unquote demon lord of this herd
Just
of
a
corruption
horde.
or whatever,
Okay.
right? So then there's like, all right, well, that's it. And then she's like, so we have no other choice. You're gonna use my help, right? He's like, yeah, yeah, I will.
Oh
Right?
shit.
And then so the humans come down here. And then I can't. I want to play a clip, but I don't want to get it taken now. So then this is they're like, "Yo, it's humans. Like we can't attack other humans. Like what are we doing, right?" And then this dude, obviously, he's been reincarnated so many times that he
Yeah.
lost his mind, right?
Yeah.
He lost his mind. So then he just started going crazy. Hold on. Like he walks up, right? He does like this thing. It's important. It's an important detail for this theory, right?
Okay.
But it looks like it's like a little clip of him. It looks like he's tapping like a thing like on an interface,
Okay.
right? And then he does like this scream, and then it like blows like their heads off. Hold on, let's see if I can get to it. Maybe not. Maybe I skipped past too forward too much. But it's just him going crazy, right? Look at him. It's
Uh.
him going crazy, right? At the end of the day, he killed them all, right? And he's like, yo, this this dude's a monster, right?
Okay.
Anyways, so then they're making their way to this demon lord, right? They're killing everybody. They're going crazy, bang bang bang, getting it done, and they're struggling a little bit. And then they're in the air, right? And they look over and they see an army, right? Because they need backup, right?
Mm.
And then so it's like the army, and then this dude's like, the main character that talked to this dude's like, yo, you called for backup anyways, even though I said not to. He's like, did you really expect me not to call for backup? Right? You really thought I wasn't gonna call for backup? And then this dude comes and is like, yo, I need help. I'm getting chased by bandits and mercenaries. And then
Jesus.
he was like, yo, why are you getting chased by them? You're supposed to hire them. And then this dude, he's a thief, right? He's a thief. He was like,
No.
well, I was gonna spend less money and just steal their money and pay them the money that I stole from them, right?
This guy.
And he's just like, all right, bro. Now look, now we got the heroes here. We got the army that's supposed to help, and this band is trying to attack that dude, right? Right? Doesn't give what's to call it a good rep. Heroes a good rep, and then
Not like
and
that.
then
A good rep
they
to begin
confuse
with.
the demon lord. Yeah. So the demon lord is like, oh my god, all these people are here. Who do I attack? Right. So it confuses him, and that's when they strike. And then the goddess summons this giant sword, and it doesn't last too long. They jump on it. It just to pin him down. Right.
Mm.
Doesn't last too long. Then he's like seeing things. He had to kill his old goddess. So
Yeah.
he's seeing his old goddess in this new one. Right. So like he's seeing that, and then they get to this point where like he set a trap a while ago with these bombs, right? And then the demon lord steps in it, boom, he gets taken down. The goddess used her power, summons all these massive swords, like they're massive,
Mm-hmm.
and then right, massive swords, and they're like, yo, we did it. The demon lord's not the demon lord, the goddess is kind of out of energy right now, but it's all right, it's all right. At least at least don't mind this. At least it's dead. And then it wasn't dead, and then launched these like spikes,
Ooh.
and then got him. The goddess about to get hit, right? Boom. She's like, what is going on? And then she's like, the hero's like, yo, you guys are done for. Like everybody's done for, right? And they're having a little heart to heart moment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They fight a little bit more, realize it's not working. The guy's like, all right, let me lock in. Let's make this holy sword, right? Like a special sword.
Oh shit.
And the and then yeah, holy sword. She's making it, and like they're running out of time. The little demon lord is coming, and
Yeah.
then bang.
They broke the
Oh,
sword.
he get hit. No. The
Oh.
sword didn't break. The sword didn't break. He gets stabbed.
Ooh.
He gets okay. The holy sword is unbreakable, but it only lasts a little bit of time, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that was context that I didn't say. And then so he got stabbed, bro. And then boom, a shot fired from the thief. He's like, all right. Somehow the mercenaries stopped.
You lost a
I lost
mercenary.
them. I lost
Yeah.
the mercenaries, right? And then it's just like, dang. And then boom, the sniper comes in, blows off his arm, and then the sword's done.
Mm.
The sword's done just in time. He kills him. There was like this cool little
Animation.
effect thing. Bro, it
Yeah.
just disappears, bro. He
Damn.
gets obliterated. And then
Damn.
she's like, ah, yes, finally over. You know, the sword just like disintegrates. You know how an end game or whatever
Oh
Marvel
yeah.
movie, where they get
Yeah.
just like faded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. They get turned into dust. She collapses, and then yeah, man, they both collapse. And then after waking up, this dude in the small picture, he's
Yeah.
like, "How are you, man? How you doing?" And the hero's like, "Yo, leave me alone. Get out." Right? And the dude's talking is like, "Yeah, we fixed up your body enough to where you don't need to be like fully resurrected, but there's probably still some memory loss, right?" And then he's like, "You could consider us allies. Like a lot of people are seeing your good work. Like a lot of people are appreciating you. That's why they gave you gift. They like the villagers and people gave him like gifts or whatever.
Mm.
I can't find where it was at, right? But this whole time, this dude is like, "Yo, leave me alone. Get
Mm.
out."
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, yeah, a lot of people are like ally, like wants to be your allies, wanna help you. Oh, there's the gifts, like the gifts he got while he
Mm.
was out. And he was like, but be careful. There's people who wants to coexist with the demon blight. They want to
Mm.
live next to him, right?
Coexisters.
Yeah. And then he before he left, he was like, you wasn't supposed to kill the demon lord. You was just supposed to hold out, right? And it's
Mm.
just like, what kind of freakiness is that? But anyways, so his goddess, or not his goddess, like the goddess that's alive walks in, but
Yeah.
he's seeing her as
Yeah.
the old one,
Yeah.
right? And then they like make up. It's like, yeah, you are my knight. You're supposed to. You're my guy. You're the one and only, bruh. So you better buckle up.
Mm.
And then she's like crying. She's like, please, did you forget me or whatever? Because you know. And
Oh.
then he gives her a pat on the head because that's all she wants.
Oh.
And that's the end of this episode. He's
Oh.
like, yeah, you did a good job.
Oh. WQ ending.
You ending very wholesome, very wholesome.
Very, very. Alrighty. And that is the wrap of all the anime we watched this week.
Yes, sir. All right, now for the main topic, the nitty gritty. Right.
Mm.
I have a question for you. Right.
Alright.
Are anime power systems getting too complicated?
In
In your opinion. In your opinion.
my opinion, do I think power system are getting too complicated? What would be a good example of a power system being too complicated?
All right, I'll give you a basic one. Right. Like Key from Dragon Ball.
Okay.
That's everything. That's just your life in it. You can fly. You
Yeah.
can make kamehamehas.
Yeah.
Transform.
No.
Right. And then you go with Jujutsu Kaisen.
Okay.
I've watched 2 seasons of this show, and you asked me to explain what cursed energy is, yo, bro, you do
No
stuff.
idea.
You got a
Yeah.
domain, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
You
not
got
gonna
new
lie.
black flashes.
I feel
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
yeah, I feel like that's I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that's the same with I feel like it will be Key and um what's the fuck then shit for Naruto? What the fuck they call it?
Chakra, yeah, I feel like
Chakra.
there's levels to it,
Right?
right? There's levels
Yeah.
to it. There's key, and then you want a little bit more creative freedom. You go
Yeah.
chakra, right? You go,
Yeah.
you can eat a little elemental
I feel
things.
like I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I don't know. Maybe it's us older. The one that grew up with the big three, right? I feel like those they established like the power level. Anything after, I feel like we started to not give a fuck. There's like now just like it's power. They got something.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what happened. I think that's what happened, and we didn't look too much into it. Like I didn't really care to understand how strong it is. But I remember when I watched Dragon Ball Z, right? Then I watched Naruto, and I'd be like, bro, is the Naruto character stronger than Dragon Ball? Nah, bro. That's when I was interested in that power scale, right? Right. But now I go watch Bleach. I'm like, wait, what if is Bleach stronger than Naruto? Because technically, if you can't even if you're not even strong enough, you can't even see these damn hollows and these soul reapers. So I was like, wait, does that mean they're strong, right? So I feel like that's where we care. Like now, same thing with Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't care, bro. Like they got power, bro. You got curse energy, bro. Right? Obviously, soul leveling. It's a power level system. Like some is born with fucking. That's your cap, bro. You got hit. Yeah, you got hit with a level cap. That's it. You're done. Right? That's more simple. But I wouldn't say power. What was the question? What was that word you used?
Are they getting power systems? Are they
Yeah,
getting
power
too
system.
complicated?
I wouldn't say the power system is getting too complicated. I think we stopped caring. If anything, I feel like the power.
makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like the power scaling. Like if you were to scale it to other anime, I feel like that's where it's all over the place, bro.
All right. Would you say the more complicated the power is, the better the writing?
I'm gonna say no. When you say complicated, do you mean like
There's a lot of I don't know, complicated. It's like just a lot to understand. The power,
okay,
I
I feel like when I think of complicated, I feel like it would be there's a base, right? Let's say key for example, right? Yeah. We're gonna use key as an example of here, right? Everybody has key, but if you're from the pure sand side, right, your key is, you're stronger, right? But if you're from fucking the Mechian side, maybe your key is a little different, but you have the same thing. But how, I feel like even that it will make. I don't think it will make it any better because if anything, it make things more complicated, right? Let's say the Mechian has more key than Saiyans, but I thought key was the whole reason why you're as strong. So how is it that the Namekians are weaker than Saiyans? So I feel like that's when it obviously that comes with writing. Maybe they go more in deep. But I feel like the more you go in deep, you end up finding more fucking loopholes. And I would say no. I feel like the simpler it is, if you just say key, Super Saiyan, they're the epitome of key. They're the number one. If you're not Saiyans, you're below that category. I keep it as simple as that. So I would say no.
Make a better writing. Okay.
Yeah. I would say simple is better writing than complicated. So I will say though, if there is authors out here who have accomplished said things of like making the power system very complicated, yes, it can be. It could probably be a fucking masterpiece, right? Because they know the loopholes, so they filled it out. They made it make sense. But sometimes, especially it gets too complicated, and you kind of just let the viewer decide. All right, what is what. So that is my answer. Very very drawn out, but yeah.
Yeah.
How about you? Do you think power system or
I think
getting complicated?
I think it is getting complicated. Like I said, don't know what's going on with Jujutsu Kaisen. All I know is every black flash I seen was satisfying. That's all that matters at the end of the day for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think it gets like complicated, but I do think there's like tiers. Like some people are like, it's like some of them are like simple, like Dragon Ball, right?
Yeah.
And then you get like the the mix you want in between, like Naruto. I feel like One Piece is even like got a some sort of complexity because
Yeah.
I feel like One Piece got two power systems. They got the double fruits and then they got the hockey.
The hockey,
right?
yeah.
Right, and then even the hockey is like you get base form and then you get the advanced stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like it definitely goes in deep.
I felt like I thought I'm not gonna lie for a while. I mean, obviously, I only watch fucking One Piece up
Not even
to
at the hockey part.
exactly to Sky Pier, right? So I thought from episode 1 to Sky Pier, right? I just thought whatever devil fruit you got, almost like soul leveling, right? That is you either get a level D class, power fruit, or you get or devil fruit, or you get a level A devil fruit, and that's that. That's how is that how it is? Basically,
that's how I thought it back then.
Okay.
Back then it was kind of like.
I mean, I don't know how to explain more it is now. It is okay. All right, just making sure.
Like it's not
they
like
didn't-
that per se. It's like I feel like once you get a devil fruit back then, you was just like the end all be all. Like you were one of the strongest people.
Yeah,
Like,
you immediately
like,
yeah.
yeah. Like how would you give like Zoro a power boost? He's just strong.
Yeah,
Right?
true.
He's just strong. But then
True.
it's just like, yo, not everybody is as crazy as Zoro and gets
Yeah.
3 swords, right? So
Yeah.
how do you make the comp better without thinking of more like crazy superpowers?
Yeah,
Give
yeah,
him hockey.
yeah,
And I feel like it balances out perfectly because you got both. You got devil fruits and hockey,
yeah,
but that doesn't necessarily you having a strong devil fruit doesn't necessarily mean you have strong hockey.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, look at Shanks. Shanks has no devil fruits. Like his whole crew has no devil fruits.
Yeah.
They're at the top of the world.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like things like that. But I like it. Do I think the more complex the power system, the better the writing? I wouldn't say the better the writing. I feel like it's more creative freedom.
Yeah,
Like you could have, you know what I mean? Just the more freedom. Like
Yeah.
I feel like in Dragon Ball, like realistically, everyone could do a Kamehameha if they have ki.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody could do a Destructo Disc. Everybody could fly if you really want to.
Yeah.
But like, not everybody in One Piece can, I don't know, stretch. You know, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
Power can stretch, right?
yeah,
That's all. It's like it's just. I feel like in a way, it's easier to have a a complex power system
yeah,
because like one character can have one thing and another character can have a completely different thing, but that's still like the same power system. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So I think I wouldn't say it equals better,
yeah.
but it's more creative for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm about to say it's more creative. It's definitely because I'm not gonna lie, I definitely run into the problem with Dragon Ball. I'm like, yo, bro, Trunks, can't you just do the Kamehameha game? What are you doing a fucking Masenko for, bro?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
That's Gohan's move, but like,
yeah, bro. Come on, gang.
still like,
Bro, you train on him, bro. Do the fucking Kamehameha, bro. Stop doing that shit. All right. Anyways, but yeah, yeah, it's just like it's hard. Like the more the advanced power level the system is, the more freedom. You know, you could just go into it. It had the whole lore, right? But obviously, when it's simple, it's just like, well, shit. I mean, he had nothing cool about him. That it is what it is type thing. But yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, with that being said, I think that's all we got for today's episode, right?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Alrighty. I mean, technically, I want to ask another question, but I might save it for next week.
Ooh,
I
you
think-
have a question.
The question is more relevant to what we talked about before the podcast started, if you remember. Yeah. I didn't think this question was gonna be as deep as it was, so I was gonna pop the question in, but yeah, but I'll save it for next week. We'll save it for next week.
More information will be out.
And I feel like it'll be a little less. And the reason why I would have popped it in because I don't think there was much to say, but maybe we could go on a tangent about, you know, why it's so important about said question. But we'll save it next week. But yeah. But I mean, with that being said, this has been on my podcast. Obviously, we're back again another week. Obviously, we're gonna come back again next week. Hopefully, so far we're 2 for 2. We just gotta keep going. we gotta just keep going, right? So with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys made it to the end of the video, consider clicking that subscribe button as it help out the channel a lot. Also, remember our link is also down in the description. The Block Takeover has returned. If you don't know what that is the Block. You know, if you're watching the Block Sit Down is just, you know, a little categorized
part of it
for our podcast. But the Block, that's us as a whole. So the Block Takeover is the Block, right? The group taking over games. So right now we have a league / tournament in Call of Duty Black Ops 7. So if you're interested in that, I'll link in the description. We stream every Friday. Starting at 8 p.m., 6 p.m., a little early depending, but first game usually starts around 8 p.m. and then usually another game right after. But yeah, if you're interested in that, link in the description. Go follow us. Ibrahim be live. I'll be live. I'll be the one hosting it all. So if you want to play a POV, you maybe watch Ibrahim. But if you want, you know, a podcast or a viewer standpoint, you come watch me. But yeah. With that being said, like I said, this has been a Plot Armor podcast. Thank you guys so much. If you guys made it to the end of the video, consider clicking that subscribe button. If you are new again, also since you're already down there, also consider clicking that like button as well. But other than that, we appreciate all the love and support. We'll catch you guys whenever we catch you guys next. Peace.